Good morning, everyone. Well, I thought I'm the early one, but turns out I am not. Well, at least the weather is really nice today. I can see the volcano. It's very thin smoke that's covering the volcano, but otherwise, yeah, the weather way better today. It's barely 7 o'clock right now, and the hostel breakfast even hasn't started yet because it starts at 7. But as you can see, there are already loads of people on the streets of Antigua Guatemala for the Good Friday. If people were still preparing the sawdust carpets for the parade later on, that means one thing. We still had a lot of time before the biggest event of the day began. For now, why don't we head to the area around Antigua Guatemala's main cathedral, where we visited the evening before during the Maundy Thursday parade. After arriving Parque Central de Antigua Guatemala, which marks the unofficial ground zero of the city center, I noticed that many hardworking vendors were already there, waiting for the crowd to descend upon this area a bit later that day. Much like what I saw the evening before on Maundy Thursday. Hey, you never know. Many visitors could be potential customers. I even got converted into one just the day before by a group of amigas who gave me a discount on the stuff they sold me, and I had a blast of time. Okay, so this colonial architecture in the background, this was once the government house during the colonial time. I think that was during the Viceroyalty and Kingdom of Guatemala. And this, of course, was the headquarters of the government and also the office of the Governor General. Yeah, the name here suggests that it was the royal palace, but I doubt that any members of the Spanish royal family lived there. Or unless Guatemala had its own royal family during the colonial period, which I'm not so sure because it doesn't appear that it was a thing in the former colonies of Spain. So yeah, if any of you know why this building has the name Royal Palace, please do leave a comment below and let me know. And on this side of Parque Central is Antigua Guatemala's main cathedral. And yeah, it looks like there's still some preparation going on. I'm not sure if there's going to be a Good Friday Mass later today, but as of right now, it is still closed to the public. And believe it or not, this can be all the way dated back to the 1500s. That's like almost 500 years now. And apparently, as we know, that in 1773 there was a huge earthquake, and also subsequently a few other earthquakes as well, that essentially destroyed much of Antigua Guatemala. And this happens to be one of the remaining churches. And I just noticed that it's about 7 o'clock, so the hostel breakfast should be open now. So I'll go grab some breakfast and then we'll continue our exploration of Antigua Guatemala. The Captain General Palace, which today houses the National Museum of Guatemalan Art, was closed for Good Friday. And I never ended up having an opportunity to check out the interior during my visit to Antigua Guatemala, unfortunately. Well, I guess it is what it is. I couldn't magically make a place that was supposed to be closed open. But hey, I did have the control to ensure that I would have enough energy for the long day ahead of me. So I must have the breakfast right away, right now. After breakfast, the streets near my hostel got a lot busier. Many sawdust carpets began to take shape for the upcoming Good Friday parade.
I heard from the hostel staff that the actual parade won't be taking place until a lot later that day. So I decided to check out Antigua Guatemala from above. This time from an observation point that I learned from some fellow travelers at my hostel.
Well, the weather is actually nicer than I thought, and today is one of the days that I could see both Acatenango and Fuego from Antigua Guatemala, and I think I just spotted the very first eruption of El Fuego right here in the city center. And right now, of course, I'm heading to a viewpoint. They say this is one of the must-visit sites here in Antigua Guatemala. So we'll go up there and hopefully we're gonna catch some even more amazing views. I really like how this trail is fully shaded.
This observation point features a cross that was originally installed here in the 1930s. You will have a chance to see a sweeping view of Antigua Guatemala, as well as the unobstructed view of Volcán de Agua, the 3,760 meters tall stratovolcano that's often featured on postcards, alongside the Arch of Santa Catalina. Today, the slopes of Volcán de Agua are renowned for being an excellent area for growing coffee, thanks to its nutrient-rich volcanic soil. Actually, Volcán de Agua wouldn't be the only prominent volcano you'll see from this observation point. You will also see Fuego and Acatenango as well. Hold on. Is Fuego erupting again? Anyways, we will have an opportunity later to see Fuego a bit closer from Acatenango the next day. Yeah, I'll be climbing the third highest mountain in Guatemala and one of the highest volcanoes in Central America. Sounds exciting, huh? So make sure you continue following our Guatemala adventure, and I can tell ya, what I saw from Acatenango was quite amazing. Now, let's get back to Antigua Guatemala. I saw pilgrims gathering again somewhere in the town. Wait, has the Good Friday parade already started? I thought it wasn't gonna be happening until a bit later that day. Maybe it's time we head back down and find out.
Yeah, I have to say this viewpoint is absolutely a must visit if you ever come to Antigua, Guatemala. And not only this is free at the time of filming, there's also bathroom facilities that are also free. I think that those are owned by the municipality. Surprise, huh? And most importantly, the views Wow. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely the best. Not only you get to see Antigua Guatemala from above, but also the volcanoes surrounding this magnificent city.
Upon descending from the hill, the streets were super quiet. I was confused. So what were those people doing? Maybe it was a rehearsal or something like that. Later I found out on the internet that actually Iglesia de la Merced was open at that time for Good Friday procession. Okay, so did I just miss another opportunity to visit the church that appeared to be closed all the time? Hey, I didn't know any of this when I was there. So, I kept on enjoying my time at this almost empty quarter of Antigua Guatemala on a Good Friday. I guess I wasn't a total loser by missing out the event, right? Then I passed by the super impressive facade of Iglesia del Carmen. This church building has been a ruin since the 1773 Santa Marta earthquake. Even after nearly 3 centuries, what's left of it still make all of us imagine how grand and beautiful Antigua Guatemala must have been prior to the earthquake. Nearby, there was also another church ruin right next to a newly built sports complex. I was wondering, why were there so many churches in Antigua Guatemala back in the days? It made me almost feel like this city was gonna be the Rome of Americas if it weren't for all the earthquakes that happened throughout the city's history. By the way, does anyone know? Please leave a comment below and tell me. Thanks.
Okay, let's do some workout. Seriously, like there's no resistance.
Afterwards, I returned back to Parque Central and the Antigua Guatemala Cathedral. There were a lot more people compared to earlier that day. This area, according to one painting from the late 19th century, was just an open space surrounded by ruins and remnants of a once elegant city. Now with all the trees and flowers, it made me feel like that the city was brought back to life, thanks to the solid craftsmanship from over 3 centuries ago and modern tourism.
Yeah, there's a tourist information booth just behind me in Parque Central, and yeah, I just grabbed a map. Hopefully it's going to be helpful. And I also just noticed that the door to the cathedral is now open, so why don't we go in and take a look? Yeah, one thing like I noticed immediately is that the headwear of the folks who are wearing it today is different from the one that I was wearing last night. Well, I guess I made it a good souvenir and a one-time purchase. Yeah, but whatever, for now, why don't we go into the cathedral and take a look.
Inside the cathedral, I saw the statue of Mary that was carried out to the streets the night before. I noticed that her clothing was changed yet again. Maybe the statue will be carried out to the streets at some point on Good Friday as well? Then I heard a performance from the marching band approaching the cathedral. Wait, was the main Good Friday celebration already in full swing? I guess better go and check it out now.
Well, I have to say, without proper dress, it's really hard to just sneak in and blend in with the crowd.
The sawdust carpets were mostly ready by that time, and I could see people started gathering again. just like what I saw before previous day's Maundy Thursday parade. It probably meant one thing. The Good Friday parade in Antigua Guatemala was about to start pretty much anytime soon. Sometime later, the crowd appeared. So did Jesus. Well, the statue. Now dressed in red robe, I noticed that it appeared to be the same Jesus statue I saw the night before. Looking down on the sawdust carpets, were these delicate pieces of art created just for welcoming those who carry the Son of God, and only to be destroyed by their footsteps? If so, I wanted to witness that moment. So I relied on my knowledge of Antigua Guatemala's streets I learned from all the explorations I had done by that point, and reached an intact sawdust carpet that was on the path of the parade. Jesus. Celebration is more or less like yesterday, but now it's getting hot, so I better get back to the hostel, take a break, and also grab my sun hat. I did not expect the sun to be this strong, because I thought it's just gonna be like probably yesterday, but I was wrong. Apparently today is a very, very nice sunny day. Probably perfect for this kind of mass event as well. I passed by a church that was open for prayers, and I saw many people going in. Might be worthwhile checking it out myself. For some reason, the scene I saw inside that church reminded me of Tibet. Now come to think of it, the sawdust carpets at the parade share some similarities with mandalas. delicate patterns made of sands in Tibetan Buddhism that were created just to be destroyed right afterwards. While the purpose of the mandala's destruction was to show that in this material world, nothing lasts forever, even beautiful things like mandalas. The sawdust carpets were there as the highest honor to embrace Jesus on the anniversaries of his execution. Maybe it also tells a similar story. Nothing lasts forever and nothing is worth preserving in this material world. The only thing that is superior above all is the sacrifice of Jesus, from whom the believers can have eternal lives in the spiritual world with God. We continue our exploration of Antigua Guatemala on Good Friday as we go back to our material world and get ready for more parades later that afternoon and in the evening. Follow me to the next episode to find out more.